The biggest reason why you might self-sabotage is because you're scared. You're scared of the unknown. You're scared of what might lie behind it. You're scared of commitment, of full commitment towards that person who you want and who you wish to become and who you knew that you can always become. You see, there's this transformational timeline that occurs every single time you try to be somebody new, a better person. You try to transform yourself. This is the old you right here, and then you have this, and here's the new you, and you have this space in between. And this space in between is what's called an identity crisis. And I have been on YouTube for multiple years, and I've never actually seen anybody talk about this. Never. And this identity crisis is killing everybody. It's destroying everybody. It's not allowing so many people to be transformed. Why? Well, because I'll explain exactly why. So this identity crisis is characterized by having no idea who the hell you are. That's precisely why it's called an identity crisis. Now, why is it called an identity crisis? What does that have to do with your identity? Well, if you think about it logically, this is the old you and you're going away from your old you. You're killing you, basically. You're killing the old you for the new you to emerge. But for the new you to emerge, you're gonna have to kill the old you, but not to just kill the old you. Because if you just had to kill the old you and the new you would immediately just merge itself and you'll be a new, better version of yourself, well, then everybody would be able to better themselves, and everybody will be successful in some ways. Everybody would be better than they are. But obviously nobody wants to go through the identity chapter. Is because when you kill, or at least start to kill the old you, start to dispense with the parts that you no longer need, you're gonna have no idea who the hell you are. And also, you're gonna have no idea who the hell you're becoming. Why? Well, you've never been that person who you're trying to become. Therefore, you have no idea what it's like to be that person, and your sub-personalities, your spirits within you, especially those, not all of your spirits, but those spirits that were aligned with the old you, they're gonna scream at you, they're gonna be so unbelievably mad at you, they're gonna call you an idiot, they're gonna call you every single derogatory term, they're gonna call you everything in the book, they're gonna use the most ludicrous rationalizations for you to go back, they're gonna create the most ridiculous circumstances. You see where I'm going? Do you see where I'm going? All those spirits inside of you, first of all, they're just bloody evil. They're so unbelievably evil. They just want you to stay where you were. Why? Well, because your psyche prefers comfortable, known hell over unknown territory. It prefers something known. No matter if that known is the worst place in the world, it's known. It's something that's familiar. It wants to go where the familiar, it hates the unknown. It despises the unknown. And what you have to do is you're gonna have to fight against that. You're gonna have to go against the current. You're gonna have to try slowly to develop yourself every day so that you can finally, and this identity crisis, of course it has an end, but its end is not, it's like, it doesn't say somewhere out in the sky, it's like the identity crisis is gonna last for 2 months, for 2 weeks. It can be 1 week, it can be 3 freaking months. It can be more than that. What can you do? What can you do? Well, what do you think? Just stay consistent, man. Stay consistent. And you're gonna have to learn how to weather the storm. And that storm is gonna be, well, most likely the greatest storm that you're ever gonna weather. The greatest battle of your life, that identity crisis. And the thing is, even if you do become that person who you wish to become, you have just increased your level. But if you increase your level, at the next level, it's gonna be, once again, the unknown. And so you're gonna have to go through the same dynamic over and over and over again. However, it's gonna get easier. Why? Because you've already been through that identity crisis and you're gonna know how to manage it a little bit better and a little bit better and so on and so on and so forth. So the reason why you self-sabotage, this is the primary reason, and I'm gonna talk about one more, is that the identity crisis is too strong and it consumes too many people. But you have to be aware of it, that it exists, and it's treacherous, it's ugly, it's miserable, and no wonder, man, no wonder people don't want to get better. What the hell is the alternative? What is the alternative? You staying as the old you already know that's not going to work, and obviously you can't even stay the old you because you're either going towards something or further away, right? There's no activity that is neutral, and if you're going further away from your goals, well, how the hell is that going to work? And going further away from your goals is basically what being the old you is like. So good luck with that. And the second reason why you self-sabotage is because you don't actually want it. You don't want to be better. You don't want to be better. And this is directly tied to the first principle, or to the first reason that I've clarified. You're going to go through the identity crisis if you actually want to go through it. If you don't want to go through it, you won't go through it. Now, what you like, oh, of course I want to be better. Do you actually understand what it means for you to proclaim that you want to be better? No, you have no idea what that means. I'll tell you exactly what it means. Willing to be better means that you're going to have to sacrifice everything that does not belong and that is not aligned with the person who you're becoming. Most people don't want to do that. Most people don't want to do that because they want to stay exactly where it's the most familiar. They prefer the known hell over unknown chaos. And that's why they're never going to get better, because if you're going to have to be good at one skill, be good at sacrificing. Of course, there are multiple skills that you should be good at, but sacrificing, knowing how to sacrifice the lower areas of yourself, of your personality and so on, to the higher self, to the higher personality, to the higher you. Knowing how to do that repeatedly, consistently, continuously is one of the greatest life skills that you can ever learn. And you can learn that. You can absolutely learn that by trying to learn what the spirits inside of you are saying, and then trying to control yourself and trying to do your best to control yourself every day, right? But let's get back to the point about not wanting it. Most people also say that they want to be better. You don't actually want to be better unless you're literally going to sacrifice everything that it takes. Everything, it has to go, man. Everything that does not belong, it has to go. And if you're not willing to sacrifice something that is killing your progress, you don't want it. At least in my book. Now you might want it in somebody else's definition. In my definition, you don't want it. You can increase your desire for something. And the way you increase your desire for something is by slowly, once again. It's the sacrificial dynamic over and over and over again. It's the same thing. Life is sacrifice. You're sacrificing the short term for the long term, or the long term for the short term. You can't get out of the sacrificial paradox. And for you to desire to be better, you're gonna have to sacrifice the lower you, and then you're gonna figure out, I actually want to be better because the higher me is more prevalent. You get what I'm saying? So you can never get out of the sacrificial dynamic. Life is sacrifice. Work is sacrifice. Work, that's the definition of work. You sacrificing the present moment and you working towards something that is more desirable, a better outcome, and so on in the future. That's what it is. That's what it is. And if you really had the desire, if you really had that ability to sacrifice, you would go through that identity chapter and you will not sabotage yourself anymore, man. You won't. You won't. Why? Because you'll face the world with open arms, with your chest out, with your chin up, and you're gonna be ready to face the dragons and the serpents and the demons and the devils that await you behind the decision that you're gonna sacrifice everything that does not belong. But behind those dragons and those serpents and those demons and those devils, behind all of that chaos is a door, it's a treasure. And within that treasure is absolutely everything that you need. But the only way you could get that treasure is to basically go through hell. It might be too strong of a word, but for a lot of people, it's not too strong of a word. Hell is a very appropriate way to describe their situation. You're gonna have to learn how to weather the storm, how to weather hell itself. And you can. You've been equipped with those weapons. You have a mind, powerful mind. You have a lot of so much potential. It's unfathomable how capable you actually are. You just have to start step by step. Learn how to sacrifice. Learn how to stop thinking about the short term and start thinking about the long term more, way more. And to do what is necessary, consistently, incremental progress every single day, all right? And finally, once you do that, you might actually start respecting yourself. And you might cultivate a lot of self-confidence and esteem and actual courage and real bravery that comes from you having done something that was truly productive. And there's truly nothing better than that. And I can assure you, do what's necessary, stay hungry, all right? Thank you. God bless. Appreciate you.